What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. In the past few days in the NBA has been insane, so I'm recording this video right after the De'Aaron Fox for Zach LaVine and a bunch of those picks trade. I mean, it's crazy. I was just about to make a video today earlier saying, oh, the Spurs could get De'Aaron Fox and get, Chris Paul sent off somewhere, but obviously he wasn't in the trade. Or the Spurs traded away, like Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and people of that nature, but they kept Chris Paul, so that could be another video on that later of where he might go. Or if he might just stay there, who knows. But I'm going to try to predict what happens next to the trade deadline because, there's so much stuff that could happen. But I think this one's very likely. So NBA Central tweeted saying the Milwaukee Bucks could be looking to add a high-level veteran with Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal as potential targets. And obviously Zach LaVine's on the Kings now, but Bradley Beal is who we're going to focus on. And the quote says, per league sources, the Bucks' motives would be twofold. Cut enough salary from their payroll to get under the second apron, and also add a talented, highly paid player to play next to Giannis and Damian Lillard, the NBA's top scoring duo. Whether that would be Beal or perhaps a star like Chicago's Zach LaVine, and other potential scenarios remain to be seen. So this is some cryptic wording right here. So I basically think it's saying that they need to cut some contracts to be able to complete a trade for another star. So the second apron, there's a lot of stuff to go on with that. I'm not really sure how that works, but Bradley Beal is a potential target they can get. And obviously, like most of you guys know, Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, but it's actually been confirmed that Bradley Beal is open to joining the Milwaukee Bucks. So that would mean he would waive his no trade clause and he would go ahead and willingly want to play there. So, I mean, Bradley Beal to the Bucks could be a potential, scenario that happens. And I kind of want to predict this early on because, this could happen. And, I'm the first one to guess it, and that'd be huge for me. But I don't know. I'm probably just getting, ego, whatever the hell you want to say it. But I think this is actually very possible. And I mean, I think Bradley Beal's coming off the bench for the Suns right now. The chemistry is not really there right now, and they want to get off of his contract. So, him to the Bucks could very well happen. And as for what the Bucks would give up, it says in another tweet by NBA Central, the Milwaukee Bucks have made Khris Middleton and Bobby Portis available on the trade market, and the Bucks have been active this trade season, sources said, with Khris Middleton, Bobby Portis, and Pat Connaughton all expected to be available in potential moves to bring back an impact player. So, I mean, that could very well just be the exact trade package. Those three for Bradley Beal straight up. I mean, I don't think any picks need to be involved. If anything, the Bucks are giving up too much, in my opinion, because Bradley Beal is kind of a negative for the Suns right now. I think in their mind, they don't really mess with Bradley Beal. So, that could be the trade straight up. Very well, it could be. And as for fit-wise, I mean, shit, who knows what the Suns are having up their sleeve. They could trade for whoever, but I think having more solid role players around KD and Book is better than having Beal. So I think having Chris, Pat, and Bobby Portis around, KD and Booker, that could fit really well with them. And as for the Bucks, I think Bradley Beal alongside Dame and Giannis could fit well because they need a third scoring option. So he could very well be that for the Bucks. So I think this is a win-win trade for both sides. I don't know. I mean, maybe it could not be, but I like this trade. But in the large scope of things, this is probably like a tiny trade compared to everything else that's going to happen this trade deadline. I mean, Fox getting traded, Luka being traded, I would never have thought that 2 months ago. So, this could just be a small trade compared to those. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. I'm trying to pre-fire this kind of trade scenario, and I'm just trying to be the first person to get this. And if it actually happens, I'm going to look like a genius. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to look like an idiot. So, either way, it could be cool. But it's going to be funny for you guys regardless. I just want to get ahead of the curve with this one. So put your thoughts in the comments, do all that juicy stuff, and yeah, I'm out.